You are now with Crystal Sage. Welcome to Savanna's story. Now, Savanna was named after where she's from, but not quite. Savanna was from Georgia, but kind of a city girl right outside of Atlanta. Fast moving, friendly people, but she wanted something greater, to be important. Her mother had always told her about the Gullah people in the islands. She really wanted to be a southern girl that had charm and magic at her fingertips. But she had never had the opportunity to learn. Her mother would tell her stories as she fell asleep, and they seemed like stories for so many years until she went to school, learned how to make garments, and had an opportunity to make it big in the South. She heard that people love the garments, they love the jewelry. And so she went down as close as she could get to where the Gullah people lived. And she immersed herself. She began working in a shop. She thought she was going to make it big and show them what she could do. But all she did was help them sell their dreams and their things. And people would come over to her nonstop and say, that you're wearing, where did you get that in here? And she would say, oh, these, I made these. You could buy them for me. I bring some with, and they was, oh no, honey. We wanted something to take home from the Geechee people. And we're just gonna check out. And she would say, are you sure? I make scarves and I make clothing. And they would say, oh, honey, good luck with your dreams. We'll just be going now. And so she always went home just down, but she still had to eat. And Savannah loved to cook. And so she went to her local farmer's market every day and got the same thing. She got 4 eggs, a cup of sugar, and a little bit of buttercream. When she got too much, everything went to waste, but she liked to make fresh cornbread in these little cast iron skillets. Oh, they were so good in the evening. It was just her, so why waste? But this one particular southern day, it was hot. She sat down and she started singing what she normally sings. Love lifted me, when nothing else could help, love lifted me. And she heard a voice say, even me. She said, who? You. It was that old lady that stands near the front. And she said, hey, you know the song. I just was wondering when you were going to give me my change. And she said, are you serious? You came over here to ask me about, where's my pocketbook? Take your change, just and go. I give you the same amount of change every day from what I have left. Why did you feel the need to ask me? She said, well, I just kind of also wanted to know how you were doing because you seem a little sad today. See, when you come into town, you usually come and you start singing that song, Love Lifted Me. But when you come home, you always say, Love Lifted Me. And so I just wanted to make sure you are okay. You have attitude every day that you come home, so you must not be okay. But today you stopped and ate ice cream, so I figured you're kind of okay. Okay, enough. I had a particularly long day. I did. Doesn't matter. And she said, well, I just say it's kind of a chronically long day and a bad day. You know, you always got attitude. So enough, Savannah said. Do you need something? And she said, oh, well, I was just thinking, I have a solution. It's a little strange, but you would have to really put the time in. And I know somebody who could help. You do. I do know somebody who could help. It's my sister. Her name is Delilah. Okay. And where might I find Delilah? Why should I be looking for her? What can she do for me? What on earth would it cost? What is the point of finding someone who can help? Does she have jobs? Does she have? Oh no, honey, you're thinking too hard. You're thinking too hard. This is what you need to do. You got to get on the ferry and go past the stops. I stop at the last stop. Oh no. past the stops. There's one more stop, the Lula Island. Now, don't you talk to Mr. Walter. Yes, Ferry, I talked to Mr. Walter. Go to the last stop, the Lula Island. Delilah lives on the Lula. Just do it. All you got to do, take a little something. She don't really fancy much, but she has a way about her. She likes fine things. Just go. Could you make it tonight? Savanna thought hard about it and she said, I guess I could make it tonight. I don't see why not, but I'm going to be hungry. And I don't like being hungry. And she said, oh, but just, you know what? I'll run ahead and tell Mr. Walter to wait for you. Would that be better? Okay, so the last ferry is going to come at 8 o'clock sharp. And I want you to go, I want you to take that ferry over there, tell her I said hello. I haven't seen her in so long, And just tell her your issues. You got issues. So just tell her what the issues are and she'll help you for sure. Okay. And don't forget to take, something with you. At this point, I would be willing to do anything to stop this conversation. And so when she said, that's what I need, that right there. Okay. I know. I've had a long day. And I didn't mean to be rude to you. And I feel like I always give you my change. I don't ever mean to be rude to you, but I want to change. I want to sell my clothes. I want to be a part of the of the magic and the wonder. Can you ask Mr. Walter to stop for me? And she said, yeah, of course I can, baby. Just go home and make your stuff and then go. And so Savanna went back. She got her cornbread. She took all her food. She made everything really quickly. And she said, you know what? I'm going to take her something nice. I'm going to wrap up my skillet of cornbread. I'm going to take it onto the ferry. And then I'm going to offer her something nice. I think I have something nice here. Yeah, this one. This will do. Yeah, I'm going to take this to her. She's going to love it. Love it. That's definitely a skirt I can take for her. So she's going to take this one and then everything will be just fine. Now night came. She started running towards the ferry. Mr. Walter, Mr. Walter, Mr. Walter. And he stopped for her and he said, oh, come on now. This is your stop, I know. And so she goes across, and what do you know? There's another stop past her stop, and it's the Lula Island. And so she starts walking through the forest, and it doesn't seem like there's much there, except there's a light off in the distance. And because there's a light off in the distance, she knows there has to be a person that she's looking for behind the light. And so she walks a little fast and she walks a little fast and she walks a little faster. And she starts to knock, but then the door flies open and she says, hello, I'm Delilah. Welcome to my island. And she said, you're Delilah of Delula's Island? Delula? They've been calling it that for years. Honey, welcome to Delilah's Island. Why don't you come in? Come in for me. So Savanna comes in and she says, well, first, I wanted to give you this. I made this skirt and this is something I want you to have. And she said, well, this is beautiful. I'm going to take this and put this on me and I want you to come in and get comfortable. There's plenty of space for you now. Now, my sister must have sent you. And she said, oh, yes, your sister sent me. And I've been really struggling with some things. And I was just thinking that you might be the person to help. I don't know what kind of powers you. She said, oh, well, first things first. Well, what you got to eat? You put it down. And she said, okay, well, I have this cornbread here, and we can eat that together. And I also have I have this the skirt for you. And she said, oh yeah, this, I love it. And she said, well, it's not really it's a skirt. And she said, well, It's also a little crooked, so I'm just gonna wear it up here. And I know you see I have all types of tapestries and things, and I love just making things work. Now, now what is it that you said you want or need, I should say? I just gonna put this over here. She said, well, I'm struggling with consistency. I have a shop and I sell things and I really want some. Do you mind if I get set up here? Because I didn't know I was having this. Sure, you can continue to. Okay, now I'm just gonna do what I got to do to feel welcome. And I didn't know I was gonna be having anybody this time of night. Can't be sitting here in the dark now. Now, what was it you said you do? You have a shop? A shop? Yeah, you said that. Oh no, I don't have a shop per se. I just I make things and I have a little teeny shed. A shed. You have a shed and you selling things out. Okay, now go ahead. Well, it's a shop and it's small, but it works. And I don't really get a lot of customers because I'm at work really late. And I'm at work so late because I'm just trying to make something for myself. I think that if I was there long enough, that they would just see that my designs are worth making. And ooh, honey, you smell that. Do you smell that? That's lavender. What were you saying? Yeah, work late. Okay. Do they pay you? No. Well, do you have any management? No. So I think if I had a husband or something that could help me gain more, more traction and someone's extra money to buy me cloths and buy me, and she said, okay, now it sounds like you need something bigger. What is it that you want? What do you think I can do? Stand aside. Are you a witch? What's a witch? No, I'm just kidding, honey. I'm whatever you think I am. Now, I think what you describing is a bigger problem. And I don't know if you know how to put your name on it. I think, honey, what you're describing is stability. Now, this is what I want you to do. This is going to be a 90-day program because Miss Delilah don't work easy. And I want you to take these and I want you to put them in your bag. Here, take them right here. There you go, girl, honey. Oh, you're dropping them. Look. Okay, you must not want the blessing. Okay. Take these with you. Okay. And I want you to take these dice I got somewhere. Let me see. Yep, I got my 3 dice in here. All right. I want you to take these. These are just lucky. These are for focus. These are for luck. And then I want you to take, here's my other dice right here. And then I have some, oh, here's my obsidian. This is for protection. Okay, I want you to take this for you. But oh my goodness gracious, we just, you know what? We got a hole in the bottom. We're gonna fix that later. Take all this, roll it up, put it in your pocket. Okay, take it in your pocket like that. Okay, and we're gonna work on this for 90 days. Now, what you're gonna do is you're going to tell Mary when you're coming, and she'll give me the money. But I just want you to bring some more of your things with me. Okay, with you, okay? Now hurry on back now because you're gonna miss the ferry. She said, okay, I have no options here. I feel like I'm losing my mind. This sounds like something from my mother's storybooks, but I am willing to give it a try. And with that, I bid you good night. And so she went back on the ferry and she went back on the ferry. Whatever. She went back on the ferry and she said, what a night full of magic. So she went home and she went to work the next day. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. She went over at night. Pretend like this is making the right noise. And she said, oh, hi, you bought me something else? I see, this is beautiful. Thank you, child. This is gorgeous. I really do like it. Now, can I wear that bracelet you have on? You have one just like the one I have. That one? It's the one I have. Can I have the one you have? Sure, sure, Delulu. You can have. Oh, now I have two. I'll see you the next day now. Go ahead on back. And she went on back. And then the next day she comes back. And she brings more garments. And she says, oh, I thank you, child. Okay, now hurry on back. Hurry on back. Hurry on back. Now do you now what about that beautiful those earrings you got? I would love those. She said, oh yeah, those. Every time she came back, Delilah had on more of her stuff, and she just seemed like she was really loving this experience. Just piled on so beautiful. And she said, when is this going to be over? And so, you know, Delilah got a little, I'm sorry, Savannah got a little frustrated one day. And she said, it seems like we're taking a really long time for me to get anything from you. I came, I brought home protection and focus, and I don't seem to be getting any better. In particular, I am now leaving work early and losing money at work to keep making things for you. I'm giving your sister money. And is she even bringing it to you? And she said, oh, yes, of course. Now, Mary comes at the end of the night. And she comes over after y'all come over and go. And she brings me your money. And I think everything's going just fine. I love all the stuff you've been bringing me, and I think everything's going fine. But you know what? I think that you're struggling. I am struggling. She said, oh, okay, I understand. Now, this is something that I didn't necessarily want to get into, but I think you need something powerful. This, this is a love potion. Okay, and this will fix you up right. But the problem is, you see that in there? You see that? Those stones, those are citrine. And they only come from the rivers of Georgia. And I don't know if I have many more. It's been said, oh, can I have them? Can I have them? No, 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 no. You may not. These are mine. And Delilah's still looking for somebody, honey. I don't even have enough for myself. But if we can get enough money, then we can buy them. And she said, well, what else do you need? How much? She said, I don't know the price to get these. But what I know is that everything else that I need on this island, I have all types of things you have never seen before on this island. All types of things growing, all types of power. It'll change your life. Just stay the course. Okay? Stay the course. And so Savanna went home, particularly dejected, and she just kept thinking about the love potion, because while it seemed like Delilah was going to give her everything, wouldn't love fix it? When nothing else could help, love lifted me. That's the song my mother used to sing. I wish my mother and I talked. That's what Savanna began to think. I wish I still talked to my mother. Now, her and her mother fell out a couple of years ago, and she doesn't remember who was right or who was wrong, but she knows who needs to apologize. And so she went on about her way, and she started to get more and more tired of the process. But she started to grow, and she just said, I'm becoming more patient, and I think that maybe it's time that I made a call. She runs into Miss Mary. And she said, Miss Mary, hi. Miss Mary said, hello. Now, where have you been? You've been gone for a whole week. I know my sister misses you. Is something wrong? And Delilah says, oh, on the contrary, I have something to show you. Mm-hmm. Went to Georgia this week, and you're not going to believe what my mother had. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Here they are. My mother had these. And Miss Mary said, conch shells and citrine, amethyst, morganite, gold. Are these from the river that my sister talks about? And she said, they are from the river that your sister talks about. And I think it's time for me and Delilah to both have some love. And so she runs down to the ferry, and instead of the late night, she hears the early, Mr. Walter, last call, last call, last call, working people, on the way, on the way. And so she gets on and she can't wait. And she has her whole bag full of things. And she gets over there. And he says, if you stop, tell her I said hello. And what was the most disappointing walk through the barren woods she's ever taken. It seemed like it took 5 minutes to get to this little teeny shack in the middle of trees. She said, Delilah. And Delilah said, who could that be? Hi, Savanna. What are you doing here so early? And she said, I came because I have something special. And I don't know if that's going to be good enough because it seems like you don't have anything growing on this barren island. You said you had herbs and that if I had the citrine that you could make a potion, and you seem to be a fraud. I don't know what you're doing with the money that I'm giving you. And I want to tell you something. The fact that I've never seen you and your sister together and you look just alike makes me think that you've been running a game on the island and coming over here and living in the laps of luxury this whole time. What is all this? Do you have any powers? The rudest girl I've ever seen on my island. I helped you, and you have the nerve to tell me that I'm a fraud. Now, why are you yelling? And what is in your hand? And she said, this. That's what I have. Oh. Where did you get this? No. You can't have it. But even if you took it, you can't do anything with. Oh, honey. I didn't think you were going to do that. Now, what did you spend your money to go get this from somewhere? And she said, my mother lives in Georgia and she's always believed in magic. And I told her, and she said that she had some stones passed down. I don't know if these are from the right river, but I went and I got them from her. And she said, did you spend any money? She said, no, she wanted to see me so bad. And you made me apologize. And I went and she paid for it and I came back. It didn't cost me anything. And I said, oh, thank God you didn't spend your money you've been saving. What? What money? You know I've been saving money. She said, oh, no. No, 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 honey. I don't know anything about what you're doing with your personal life. I am out of here. Your strange island, you're weird. You can take it. And she left. She ran out into the forest. The sun was coming down, and she didn't see Mary at all. You keep saying that Miss Mary comes at the end of the night and gives you my money. I've never seen you in the same place. She went home, and her and Mr. Walter didn't even talk. She sat at the back of the ferry, and she went into town the next day. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. And then she came back home. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. Miss May said, even me. She said, oh, you. I don't want to see you or your sister ever again in my life. What did you do? What did you do? What could nothing? I didn't do anything that you don't already know about. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything you don't already know about because you and your sister are one and the same. You've been taking my money and I don't know what you've been doing with it. You've been lying to me and bringing me special things to keep with me and just all this stuff in my purse that does nothing. It does nothing. I've been leaving work early, focusing on making skirts. I finally have time and energy to make things for people. I've been saving my money. I've been giving the skirts to Delilah and the money to you. What did I gain from this time? You all are a waste of air, and I never want to see you again. More eventful than we thought. I never want to see you again. Excuse me? You accusing me of what? Me? Miss Mary? All I do is hang around and help the people. First of all, you have enough time to go on a date, and I bet you didn't even notice that that guy right there's been watching you every day. He says you have the most beautiful song he's ever heard. Also, your money, you can take your stupid money. Where's my bag? All of it for 3 months is right there. You can take your money. And how much did you have saved up? Because you told me you had money saved up. Did you tell Delilah I was saving money? Yes. And does that make you less mad with your attitude, Miss Lady? No, it doesn't make me less mad. It makes me think you all were going to take more of my money. And that guy, you, no, thank you. Because I'm going to spend time on myself now. I'm going to take my money. I'm going to take my skirts. I'm going to take everything I worked for, and I'm going to build myself from the ground up. I'm going to find love my own way. You have to be the most infuriating young thing I've ever seen. You are so ungrateful. All she's been doing is talking to you and trying to keep you motivated and focus on the fake love potion so you can learn to wait. Did you say fake love potion? Did I? Oh, oh. Savannah took off towards the ferry so fast, and she said, Mr. Walker, you save it for me and you let me go. And she stood up and walked back and forth. Mr. Walter said, that's not safe. You have to stay. And she said, I don't have to do anything. After today, she got to the island. She walked straight up to the door. And it was both of them sitting together. It was Delilah and Mary. And they said, hi, baby. We're so glad you came. Don't be angry. We both forgive you for yelling. And Delilah said, I forgive you for storming out. And I also wanted you to see that I have all the skirts you made. And I wanted you to take them with you when you go back, okay? And I want you to take your love potion. I worked on it. Why? There is no love potion. Mary told me it's not real. There's no love potion. Mary, what else did you tell her? She also told me you were doing all of this, so I could learn to wait. And I don't know what that means. Wait for what? I have time, I have money, I have happiness, I have my song back. And apparently I have a guy who wants to take me out on a date. So I don't need to wait for anything. Oh my. Well, here it is. I don't want the potion. She said, oh, no. This is just air freshener. It's just fragrance. You just open it and I can't even get it open. This thing to be closed for so long. Anyway, it smells good. I wish Mary didn't tell you so crass, but she was supposed to say when this was done and when we gave you the money and the skirts and everything, she was supposed to say that I was teaching you to wait with expectancy. And I'm sorry. But look at where you are now. And so this year has been one of many ups and downs and unexpected turns. Lots of bad news, lots of unfulfilled expectations for ourselves. But this winter, this time between the end of the year and the new year, this space, this community, all of the things that make you pause and prepare are opportunities to wait with expectation, because you deserve good things. You deserve good things. You deserve good things. You deserve goodness. And so this young girl, Savanna, who used to think that bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people, and that the ordinary, not much happened to, she needed significance. But it's the small, the ordinary, the kind, the song, the change to a very annoying little old lady that make us significant. And when we're leaning on hope, when hope is all we have to wait with expectation and believe that we are good and we deserve goodness. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me, even me. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me.